Hey there, everyone. Welcome. So let me see if everything is going well. The thing is that I can. Hey there, everyone. Welcome. So get rid of that. So one of the things is that I need to figure out is let me go to the correct shot. Hello, everyone. I have a problem with hearing my audio at this moment, so if you would be so kind as to say that to me if my audio is indeed there, if you can hear me, because I seem to have lost that ability at this moment, and I need to figure out what's going on, and of course I don't have the time to look at that. It seems to be that it's working, so I think that I'm good, but please let me know if that is the case, because again, I lost my ability to check, probably because I did some modifications in my studio. As always, that is happening. All right. All right. So let's see. It sounds good to me, says Susan. Great. Thank you. Yeah. So before I start, please be free to contact me on YouTube and on Facebook, because like Susan, I can actually send your comments to the screen, and there you see it. And it's really great to have this interaction going on. And I really like talking to you, so that's the reason why I said that. We have about 7.5 minutes of what we call a pre-show, and we have some a cool show lined up for you. We're going to talk about something that I have been thinking about for a long time, and actually I started to think about it recently, like maybe a week ago, during the between Christmas and New Year's, and that is that I want to go and do some vlogging for my supporters, for my roommates. And because of that, I was thinking, how am I going to do that? And we're going to talk about that today. But before I do, I would really would like to wish you a very good 2018. Hopefully that everything is going as planned. I hope that you had a great New Year's Day, and of course also Christmas. Because of course, if 2018 starts, people are tending to think about things like weight, etc. And I'm definitely I'm a little bit overweight. Well, I am a lot overweight. So I did already start with it, in all honesty, because I don't really am like a person that really says, well, it's a new year, so I need to do something good. No, you have to start as soon as you can. And my mindset was actually right. Just a little bit before Christmas, I did say Christmas, I don't care. New Year's, I don't care. But starting now, I am actually trying to lose some weight, which is great. Amy says that she has quite some plans, so I am really interested in what those plans are. Also, I see that Jordan is in the house. Welcome, Jordan. My dad is also in, so that is him. He says, hi all, great. Jane Stewart is also in the house. She says hi. And Amy, of course, happy Saturday. And that's definitely the case. Happy Saturday to all. So yes, please say yes if 2018 started okay for you. And if you have some if you're energized for this year, because that would be great. Also, what I did before before 2018 started, I actually started working on an online training called Free to Focus from Michael Hyatt. And I really needed that because one of the things that's typical for me is that I like to do quite some different things. And even though that I like to do that, I really want to focus and pivot onto one thing that I really want to do, or maybe a few things, but at least less than I did in 2017. So that is one of the things that I've done for that. And so I hope that you will see that. I think that Taekwondo will see some improvements in 2018 because I'm more focused on this show, especially on Saturday, but also during the week I will give a little bit more time for preparations. But I'm also planning several weeks in advance, so I know what we're going to do next week, the week after, and the week after. So it's roughly, and of course things will change over the time, but at least I have an idea where I want to go with this show. Also this week, which I'm really looking forward to, is that I actually saw the new video clip of Simple Minds. Now, generally speaking, I don't really like video clips because, they don't add to the music. Well, they sometimes they do, but in all honesty, it's about the music for myself. So, but the video clip of Simple Minds Magic, that's the name of the song, Magic. It's really magical because it is totally computer generated and you don't see it. I didn't see it for a long time. So I'm watching the whole video clip, and after like 30 seconds or 40 seconds, then something happens and I say, hey, that must be computer graphics, otherwise it's not possible. But I actually was already looking at what was motion capture. Naomi is in the house. Welcome, Naomi. I've not seen you before here. Great of you to be here. Love the studio, she says. Thank you so much. And I look around. I have a few cameras. For you, I'll just show it to you because you're here new. This is my main shot. So hi, here I am. And I actually also have this shot, which is roughly here. But I actually have one more, which is, I think, the most beautiful shot that I have, and that is this one. My cat, Kermit, who is lying there, just minding his own business, and I really appreciate, his company of being here. So, indeed, welcome to you as well. We still have roughly 1.5 minutes to go. Like I said, I have decided to start vlogging, and of course streaming, but also vlogging, because I want to, have like a bit of a short form video, but also I want to give it a little bit more of a personal touch. But we will be discussing that. But I want to know if you are also vlogging. That would be really cool if that is, because I can actually learn from you, and hopefully, we can do some cool things together. You never know, right? So that is the things that I've been working on. Again, I'm really happy that you are here, and let me make sure that everything is ready for the show. Now, again, I don't hear the audio today. I will be testing that after the show, but it seems to be working totally great. So that is great. Amy says that she is jealous of the overhead camera, and she is, by the way, she is on YouTube, as you can see. So we're on Facebook and on YouTube, and that's because I want to be as flexible as possible. And Jordan says, for your information, that I have already streamed for 2 hours, which is not the case, but that's something that I don't know why, but it's okay. And Naomi says, Kermit. So okay, let's start the show, because it is 9 o'clock, and that it means 9 o'clock Central European time, and of course if you live somewhere else it's another time. So welcome everyone, welcome to Tech Condo. It's great of you to be here. This is a show where we geek out on all kinds of technical stuff that can range from video productions to live stream to audio productions to gadgets to game computers, game consoles, to householding stuff. Yes, really, also householding stuff. I mean, it's called Tech Condo, so we do also talk about stuff like my dad, who just bought a air conditioner, but not an airco, but weird stuff. But I will definitely have a discussion on that product in a later stage, not next week, not the week after, but very, very soon. Also, network computers, that kind of thing is also going to be here in this show. So today we're going to talk about vlogging and why I think why I'm going to do it, but also what I'm going to use for that. So that is today in Taekwondo. Have you ever wanted to have a vlog or a live stream and you're like me in the sense that you're a little bit afraid of going to a certain place, a public place with a lot of gear like a big camera or some other stuff? Then you're at the right place, because I want to talk to you about what my problems are with vlogging and how I am trying to cope with that issue, so to speak. So I have bought, now this is unfortunately a little bit broke, but I have bought this device which I love, which is the iographer, and this is broken. I have to fix that. But the iographer, let me do it like this, has a light like there, and I have a microphone, and it is really a very, very nice product, because you just put in your iPhone, in this case the iPhone 6s Plus, and you can actually change the lens over here, and you will have a very good mobile kit, or level 1 as live streaming pros call it. This is a very nice kit, and now I have to do it like this, unfortunately. But there for me, it does have a use case, because I can actually use it for, if I'm traveling and I'm in my hotel and I want to talk to you, or if I'm at a certain place where there's not a lot of people around me, I can actually use it. And now, I know that people sometimes, especially if you're an experienced streamer or experienced video production person, you will actually, you don't care, you just do it. But I'm not that far yet. So I want to touch on other ways of doing it without feeling the pressure of, oh, they're going to think that I'm nuts or something. So the first thing that of course, so that's my thing. I have a bit of a fear to walk into a store and have that contraption that I just saw you in my hand and say, oh, look at this, look at that. That is not up to me. I don't really like that. What I do like is just using my phone. This is the iPhone 10. I actually used this contraption on it, because this is a little bit, this is also glass, so it's a little bit difficult to hold. But for streaming, I actually use this this case around it as well. And I can actually use it just to say, hello, how are you, blah, 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 and vlog or stream with it. And that is really going well. But I do have some issues with that, because if you're in a crowded place like this, you have a lot of sound coming all your way around, and it is a cacophony of sounds, and it's hard to talk to your audience. Now, again, for vlogging and for live streaming, it doesn't matter. But you can, of course, and that's the reason why this is here, you can use your earbuds, which is totally great. So you can just put your earbuds in like this and have them on. And this, of course, has a microphone. So you already, because your microphone is closer to you, the sound is already better than, you want to have without it. So it's definitely better, right? However, that is for a, if it's if you want to keep it as easy as that, then it's great. But I have some added things that I want to do because holding it like this, I mean, I actually have to hold it very far away, and to walk like this the whole time, that is, first of all, difficult, but also it does this, huh? Exaggerated, of course. So you have a little bit of a shaky cam coming on, and that's etc. But before I go into my solution for that, I have a question from Clifford, or Cliff, yeah, Clifford. He actually says, which iPhones work best? So you're already specifically saying iPhones. So I think that for vlogging, of course, the latest systems are the best. So the iPhone 10 has a very good camera. It has image stabilization. It actually has image stabilization on both the telelens and the normal lens. The iPhone 8, which is also a new phone, doesn't have that option, but the quality of the camera is roughly the same. It can record 4K at 60 frames a second, which is really good. And the cool part is if you use it on 4K and you downscale, that the quality of your end result, even if it's HD, it will actually be better than normally. Cliff, okay, cool, thank you. He says, when you're using the rig. So the rig is the iOgrapher. And the thing is with the iOgrapher, it created. Let me show it again. This is the iOgrapher. So this plastic contraction over here. This is the iOgrapher, but it is created for a specific iPhone. So this one is specifically for the iPhone 6 and 6S Plus. But you also have the iPhone 8 and you also have the iPhone 7. There are different versions of this thing. But the cool part is you can put it on a tripod, like I have here a quick release plate on below it. Also, I can use it like a stand. You have a possibility to make it portrait. I don't know why you want to do that, but okay, it is possible. You have cold shoe mounts, so I have here a LED light on it, which is the Godox LED 64, and this is the Rode Mic Pro, but the shoe mount is broken, so I have to fix that at a later stage. But this is, you can just put it like this, and then you can use it like that. But mind you, you do need a separate cable. Now this is the a TRRS plug. Yep. It has 3 lines. I'm not sure if I can show it. Let me try to show it to you. Like this. A bit like this. Go there. Yep. So there are 3 lines there. That's really what you have to look at. So that's the iOgrapher. I hope that helps. Yep. Oops. There you go. Oh. Another thing is that. Oh, sorry. Amy says, "Thanks for explaining how to use iOgrapher," and of course that's what I want to do. Cliff also says, even when the iPhone has 2 lenses, you can still use the rig made for the 7 Plus and up. As long as the measurements are exactly the same with the iPhone, the answer to that question is yes, but everything needs to be the same. So the measurement of the phone, including the placement of the lens, that both of them are important because this lens is actually 90 degrees flipped, looking at the other phones. So you have to be very, very careful with that. But as long as you're in the same, if you have the same measurements, that is the case. And David, thank you so much, sir, for saying what it actually is, because I was, oops, there you go. David Foster is also now, and he says TRRS, and that is indeed the case. Jordan, she got that when she was here in Portland. Geeks Life says, indeed. I don't know. I have a feeling that I'm really doing some commercials for one of the brand, but that's coincidental. Anyways, so that's it. So that, I think those are so that's diagrapher. I also talked about just using the phone and using the phone with your earbuds, earpods that they were called. But the problem with that is that if you want to have a stable shot with, you have, for instance, the Osmo Mobile, which looks like this. And this is the white version of the Osmo. So let me show it to you. So this, let me unpack it. So this is the Osmo Mobile. It comes with a battery and a very special TRRS power cord, but that's not a major problem, but it is rather interesting. But this device essentially, let me go to this. Yeah. So this essentially holds your phone and makes sure that it is always in a correct orientation. And you can do that by just loosening up this like that, and then just flipping it in. And now you know why I have put the protection layer on it, the case, is because otherwise it would be too slippery. So let's put that in. And it might be that I need to make sure that everything is going well. So let me make sure that I'm logged in. Ah! Probably not right. There you go. So now I'm logged in. And now this is totally not stable, as you can see. It flips all the sides. So I need to figure out what to do with it. So I have to, it has the idea of going that way. So I have to make it a little bit less, it seems. All right. Let's turn it on. There you go. So now it is stable. So if I go into an app and try to, I can actually hold it stable like this, and I can actually change it like this, and it remains rather stable, as you can see. So that is the cool part of it. The only thing is that if you would put your earbuds in, that's not possible because it's on this way. So that's a bit of a problem. And if you would turn it, it still will be a problem because it will always, this is not a stable weight. So it will always make sure that everything is not, it's not perfectly lined up. So that is, of course, a problem. And you can see it's really a very nice system. And I can do quite a lot with that. So that's it. And let me see if I have some remarks. Oh yeah, so yeah, Jordan, I got that when I was in Portland, the sticker. David, or Geeks Life, I would assume that it's David. He says, I'm using my new Moment case and lens for my iPhone 10. I will look into that, what that is, David, because I'm interested, of course. So that is because of this, I'm not able to use that. That is not possible for me. So I got advice from the live streaming pros, and they said, well, you can always use a Bluetooth system, which I happen to have, and that is the AirPods from Apple. So what I do is that I can actually put them on like this, and I can actually use it to talk because it has a microphone, and it does not matter where I am at this moment. I can actually even let somebody else hold it for me, and I will walk away and it will actually pick up a good sound. But there is one but. I'm not sure what happened, but for me it was not possible to use the AirPods, not yet at least. It might be something that I've done wrong myself, with the standard camera within the Apple iPhone. So what I did was that I looked around, and actually that's also the one that I want to use. That's an app called Filmic Pro, and as you can see, I'm going to hold it a little bit closer to the lens, is that this is a professionally graded application. I mean, you can see your the audio, you can change the exposure, you can change the zoom, and you can do quite a lot with this tool. It's a really a professional application. It's called, again, Filmic Pro, available in the App Store. It is not a cheap application, but it's, from my perspective, worth every penny. And it does include the possibility to put it to the Bluetooth device. The way that you do that is a little bit awkward, and I'm sorry that I seem to have lost my ability to show my screen for the screen of the iPhone at this moment, but that's no worries, because if I'll do it like this. So if you look at there, you have different possibilities. One of them is the audio. That's the third of above. If you click on that audio icon, you can actually change that to your Bluetooth device, your Bluetooth microphone, by swiping that. So I do that now, like this. And then you can actually, hopefully you can see that. I'm going to show a little bit closer. There you go, almost there. Bluetooth microphone, Petra's AirPods. So that is the way that I can actually do it, and I can walk away. The sound is always great, which for me, the sound is the most important thing. And it really does a great job. The only side note that I have is that it does come with a delay. And that delay is really troublesome if you have never heard that before. Now, I have worked for a radio station for a long time, so I am somehow I am used to having a bit of a delay. I also have a delay here in the studio, which I'm totally fine with, because I know what is going to happen and how it works. But I can imagine that if you do this for the first time, that you're like, oh, what's going on, what's going on? But nothing to worry about. That's really great. So this is the Filmic Pro, which is really great. Geeks Life says you can also do something with Filmic Pro. Yes, that's exactly what I was doing. And you can use the DJ app for that. Susan says, I don't remember if I was going the Facebook app or the DJI app. Probably the latter. I'll go back and try. Oh, there's a problem. What's this? Susan says, I did flip it around so I could plug in my lavalier microphone, and that seemed to be working okay. You just have to use the, you just have to position it right. That is correct, Susan. That Okay, so I think that major delays throughout the recording is horrible. Correct. Yes, indeed. I think that we're talking about the same thing, Susan. So, like I said just a few seconds ago, one thing that is a little bit awkward is that if you're listening to yourself via the AirPods, you will hear a delay with Filmic Pro, which is not nice if you're not used to it. So that is the way that I'm going to use it, and of course this is already a step up. So I hope that I will, but indeed it is still kind of still small, and it's still manageable. So I hope that I'm going to use this for a long time, and major good point. And Petra, you don't have to monitor the audio, do you? No, you don't have to monitor your own audio. But from my perspective, I really hate not having the audio at this moment on here, because I now do hear myself, but like 3 times on that one. But that's something totally different. But I want to be able to really hear what I'm sending out. But of course, if what I typically do is if this happens, I just listen to it like the first 5 seconds and then make it a little bit the volume lower, and then it's all good. So that's also a way of doing that. So that is the Osmo Mobile together with the iPhone and the AirPods from Apple, which is a Bluetooth device. Of course, there are other Bluetooth devices that you can use, so that is also great. One thing that I forgot to get out of my, well, I can do it anyway. Just give me a few seconds. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is one more thing, is that if you are with 2 people and you want to be able to have great audio and you don't want to be too much obvious, well, it is obvious actually because you're using a microphone, but you can use the iXLR from Rode to have like an XLR microphone, and then you can just really talk to somebody who you're interviewing. So I'm not going to take it, but it's a really nice piece of machinery. Maybe I can show you on the screen. So that's the iXLR from Rode, and I can actually have a discussion on that at a later stage. So if you want me to talk about that system at a later stage, then let me know in the comments by saying yes at this moment. Then I will be showing it to you at a later stage. No worries about that at all. Let me bring in my camera, there you go. So this is what I was talking about to you. So this is the iXLR, which is a system that you can just connect directly to your iPhone with a lightning cable, and then it converts it to an XLR cable, and then you can use that for your microphone. So if I, for instance, go to this one, it makes a little bit of a better view to it. So you can put in a real microphone then. So maybe that's also an idea. Geeks Life says, I cannot monitor audio when I have a delay because I get confused. I verify I have audio and then an off they, yeah, and off they come. That is also fine, David. Like I said, if you just listen to it like 5 minutes or 5 minutes, 5 seconds or so, then that's also fine. I do hear myself now on this, but with a lot of echo, so something is wrong in my setup. But that's fine. We're gonna fix it. I'm sure of that, but not now. Anyway, that is what I had lined up for you today. Before I leave, I want to really thank these people that are here. These guys have donated some money, which I really appreciate them for, because with this money I can actually do this show and have awesome stuff going on. I really encourage you also to go to the website. That's techcondo.net. I'm going to show it to you right now, so give me a few seconds. So this is the website, and you can actually see previous videos here, and this is all designed by nobody else but Mr. Paul Dixon. And you can listen to view all kinds of shows. But if you are a roommate, and you can actually also, for instance, have access to the private Facebook group, to the Condo community call, which we will have right after this show. In about 15 minutes from now, we will have that Condo community call. You can actually also have access for $20 and up to a exclusive behind the scenes camera, which is right now in the picture, as you can see. So you can actually see me working, and you can also see my studio from another perspective. And all you have to do is go to this Support Tech Condo, click on it, and look at what you want to support me with. There are 4 options: $5, $10, $20, and $50. And depending on which category you want, you get a little bit more of a reward, because, but whatever it is, I really, really appreciate that. What is your Facebook user's name? So I assume that you mean my Facebook page. So that is Tech Condo, or Petras Tech Condo, at Petras Tech Condo. That is at least what I assumed that I did last time. So let me check that I rarely use that. So let me check that. Yes, at Petras Tech Condo. Indeed, that is the case. And Susan says, behind the scenes camera was very cool. Well, it is very cool. And of course, you can look at that camera 24/7. So it's always on. Doesn't matter if I'm here or not. You may see my cat, who's still here. Let me show him again. So he is here a little bit often during the day. And he is doing quite some strange things sometimes. It gives me sometimes a heart attack, but it is always great to see him here as well. Anywho, that's it for today. Again, thank you so much for being here, for your time. I know it's always precious, but I really, really appreciate that. Especially want to thank Geeks Life for supporting the show. He is the exclusive producer of this show. And that is a title that is, of course, only for people that, are supporting the show big time. Anyways, thank you so much. And I hope to see you next time. Same day, same time. And see you next time. Bye.